Hey Al, welcome in. Sorry, I made the mistake of not getting drink before I clicked the button. I cannot hydrate if I have nothing to hydrate with. It's okay. I have the Beppis. We're safe. We now have hydration. We're good. Now to remember what the last one we did was. We did Frontline. The Harvest was the one we kept on just messing up on. I'm jealous. I want pizza.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve. The juicy grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists, but for now at least, they will go ignored. This budding Atacephalotis leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above ground.
Some food storage. Refuge. Isn't it? Just double check. That's weird. It's showing on the life panel I've got. That is very strange. Is it just the game window, or is it something else? Oh, okay. That's okay then. As long as it shows up, that's all that matters. Yes, and oh, the game title. Oh, okay. So now we want to...
The small scouting party of minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended queen. They will need time and luck on their side. The workers have located a patch of young seedlings, just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft enough to be sliced up with ease and carried back to the nest. The harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
Let me see if I can fix that. I had tweaked my audio settings because of the stuff I was dealing with on Snails' stream yesterday. I'll try putting it down to there. Luckily, he doesn't talk much, but let's try that and see if that
The
works
ants'
better.
activities outside the nest have not gone unnoticed. They are being watched.
Is that still a bit too loud, or...? So this is like the 4th attempt we've tried this map, just because we keep on not being aggressive enough. I mean, you can't be more aggressive than sending out the royal workers to get food, especially when there's a spider walking around nearby. Of course, we do need them to come back and actually build some of these tiles. Hey Rev, welcome in. We are the ants.
A brightly patterned jumping spider, Casviri D. purpureus, has subdued one of the workers. This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible forward vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey with pinpoint accuracy. The most accessible leaves are located to the north of the nest entrance. However, another atta colony has already laid claim to them. The close proximity of these nests places the two colonies in direct competition with one another. Time will tell which has the potential to grow into a great empire, and which will submit to the unforgiving law of the undergrowth.
No! Put the knife away! I just need to get enough that I can start sending troops up there to just start stealing from them. This was a worm, wasn't it? I think. No, it was a cockroach thing.
These rove beetle larvae are distant relatives
which is
of the
perfect because they
European
are
devil's
easy to
coach
kill.
horse. Despite a few million years of separation, they share the same carnivorous appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly, a fearsome final form.
Again, I made the mistake of going for a couple of bigger workers straight away, but because I could have probably filled out this entire thing by now if I hadn't done that.
As the sun sets below the horizon and the thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight, the predators of the night begin to emerge.
Okay, we've got enough so they've all hatched. That's good. Yeah, this is still the outpace the other ones. I mean, theoretically, I could go for the next challenge without completing this. As long as I've, you know, run the other ones enough that I've got the stuff to upgrade the Formicarium and get enough, you know, enough workers and warriors and stuff to not die horribly to the challenge. Although I very much think if I can't get it done today, maybe give it like 2 attempts. Because I've not played this since last week, so I've forgotten everything. Maybe give it a couple of attempts, and if that fails, either swap games to something that I don't need to worry about. Maybe do something like Salt 2 or something that's just chill, relaxing, no need to concern. Or find a guide and just follow the guide on stream, just to get through it. There is one sort of set of guides in the Steam Guides thing that's actually really good, but it's for the insane mode. Because I've run with a couple of those for my insane runs, and they work really well. Because I think I've completed 2 of them on insane now with the challenge mode activated, which is hell, but it was at least entertaining for me because I didn't do it on stream. If I could memorize the tactics, I probably would try them on stream, but they are fairly tough. Have we run out of food there? Is that what's happened? No, we haven't, but if I don't move them now, I will forget. So I think that's actually been part of the problem on the past couple of times we've done it, is I've been so focused on the inside of the nest, I haven't been paying attention to whether or not the food area we're gathering from has been wiped out. And so we've had a lot of time when we just aren't gathering anything. Which, obviously, in one where we're gathering against the clock, kind of a bad idea. If I prepare for where we're going to put the mages in, I can at least get the rest of them to sort of go off on some of the further afield ones. Actually, I could do that now. I could set another one there and set the bigger ones to go up there. Because the bigger ones can move quicker when they have a leaf. So if we can start getting some of this stuff from further away now. Leave the ones that are slower to get the stuff that's nearby. Oh, and typical...
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter, and when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators. A stern response will be needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
Oh, we've actually run out of room in our garbage pile. And I am just, to start with, going to drop at least one major down to send out with the medias. Just as a little bit of backup.
Daybreak has arrived, and the creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain unchanged. Locate vegetation, defend supply lines, and process leaves. There is no time for rest. A young velvet worm, Oroperipatis ecuadoriensis, is lurking over ground. These ancient mysterious predators are masters of ambush. They creep toward their unwitting victims silently on soft, hollow legs.
And are dead
Once
before the
in
narrator
range, they
finishes.
squirt oscillating streams of slime, forming a wide net that entraps their prey.
Yeah, now that's the hard thing. Do I go for more workers, the small ones, just because they're cheap, get more minim workers out of it to help clear up all the crap, because obviously refuse is piling up.
The battle has begun.
Oh, apparently we are fighting something. I'm not even going to look at what we're fighting because chances are we've already killed it. Time to start getting the Giga Chads involved. If I can take these two big ones down here without getting too close to them, and basically just take it from under their nose, that would be perfect. I mean, we are actually relatively close in terms of count at the moment.
One of the ants has fallen prey to a young, leaf-mimic praying mantis. Once in range, its long, razor-clad forelegs can ensnare and impale victims with lightning speed.
Yeah, we definitely have a backlog. I think it might be a good idea to put down another pile of refuse. Oh, actually, maybe let's not do all the way, because there are some things there that are hungry.
Leafcutters aren't the only ants nearby. Whilst the two atta colonies joust for territory, Odontomachus bauri trapjaws roam the clearing. They can be found hunting alone or in small packs for vulnerable invertebrates to take back to their nest. They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting 300 times their body weight in a single blow.
You really do need these minims to actually deal with the rubbish that we've got lying around. Is that a Jazzy? And he's giving me a bite. Yep, 300 times their body weight, which is amazing when you remember that they're only like probably a gram. Not even a gram. They're probably like, you know, extremely tiny little things. Why are you biting me, Zazzy? I'm not tasty. Yeah, pretty much right. The problem is that a lot of the difference is to the mechanics of it, isn't it? I mean, things like the trap jaw, the how quick they can snap their mandibles together, it's just because it's purely there's no muscle involved. They just use the muscle to basically cock the things in place, and then when it actually goes to bite, it's just all mechanical. There's no there's no muscle fiber or anything involved. It's literally just like twanging an elastic band. They put the effort in up front, stretch the thing out, and then when they're ready, they can just release all the energy. I can currently carry one of my body weight, that being my body weight. Oh, we've got to be careful. They're starting to get closer. Oops, they spilled Pepsi on me.
The ants must fight.
What are we fighting? Trapjaws. And they're already dead. I mean, when you look at the things, you can kind of understand how they could carry their own, that much of their body weight. Just look at the size of the fuckers. They're massive. Now, if you're an ant, you could be carrying 300 times your body weight of brooms.
These leaves are contested. The leafcutters will generally not attack unless provoked, but today there's too much at stake. Only a strong show of force will deter the opposing colony.
Oh well, strong show of force it is again, I guess. Meow. You trying to say you can't shoulder a Sherman
The opposing
tank?
leafcutters have retreated from one of their harvesting sites. They may have been easily startled this time, but they'll soon be back, and in greater numbers.
I know they'll be back in greater numbers. That's why I'm quickly upgrading some of these things. Oh no, don't squish me! How could you squish me?
Night falls, and under the cloak of darkness, velvet worms, bush crickets, and harvestmen emerge from their hiding places. Any ant straying from the relative safety of the trail will likely meet with an unfortunate end.
Don't sneeze on me, sheep. And don't poke me either, Rev. Well, I think they wanted to come back and take what's remaining of these
A
leaves.
Paracanthus varius bush cricket has spotted the ants. Its thorax and appendages are adorned with sharp protruding spikes, offering 360 degrees of protection and turning its substantial forelegs into a pair of deadly flails. This spiny devil will not easily be deterred.
I think we already killed it before we even found the place where it was.
Overwhelmed by the defensive leafcutter forces, the harvestman decides to make a swift exit.
I am hungry for egg. We are close this run. We are getting very close. We do need to sort of probably try pushing them back again. Although it might be worth trying to push them back at the other site, because this one's almost dead anyway. So it could well be worth a try. Or actually, let's just do what we did last time, because that seemed to work. We're not going to fight them. We're just going to go straight after the big chunks of leaves. The whip spider's not in this one, remember? That was in the army ant one. There is no giant whip spider in this one, unfortunately. Yeah, this one, the biggest problem is just trying to outleaf the enemy. So this is one of the reasons why I'm trying to upgrade a good chunk of everyone. I've got some of the mages upgraded. I would honestly, it probably would be worth trying to get at least one of these upgraded to tier 3. Because that way they have a improved stun, I think it was. Although, to be honest, we could just extend this down now. We are seeming to be getting leaves quick enough that we could just increase the number of mages we have. And we've got a solid green line almost on the minimap now. And more mages.
The battle has begun.
Battle has begun and is probably going to end extremely quickly. Because, and that's what happens when one of the real Giga Chads turns up off screen. It's absolutely massive. If we can upgrade one, we can get that middle one there to a tier 3. We've got a few tier 2s, which is already good, already pretty good. But if we can try and keep roughly this distance away from each other, when we get to when they get to maybe say 9,300 or something, that's when we rush in and bully them away, so we can properly catch up, take as much as we can. And for that, I want numbers. Let's expand the media. Trying to finish upgrading that tile. Come on. There. We'll have a level 3 one now. So just fill the rest of this one up with immediates. Oh no, we've already started fighting.
The leafcutters have clashed northeast of the nest.
I guess we already Yeah, can we just not fight? Please. Yeah, you just kill that one and then get the hell away. Never mind, they are going after us. So much for the plan.
Opposing leaf cutters have been cleared from an area to the northeast. Harvesting operations can now continue.
Yeah, we just want to tear these down as quickly as we can.
As the sun
I
rises
don't
over
mind
the
leaving them
treetops
with
above,
these ones.
the diurnal jungle invertebrates emerge once again to replace their nighttime counterparts.
Because these
The
ones,
ants will
there's hardly any
remain
there.
steadfast in their efforts. All must be risked for the harvest.
Shut up, Mauler. But yeah, leaving these ones, not a problem. There's barely anything there. These ones, however, I want to take as much as I can. I mean, this one's great because they're having to walk a long way for this. I mean, granted, we're having to go a long way to get these ones up here, but still.
A fight has broken out over the harvesting rights to a sapling.
Oh, okay. Now it's probably time to back off a little bit. Let's just go after that one for now. Yeah, they sent out a large number of majors at the same time. Do have a lot of spare now, though. Let's beef up our worker force. When we are still only 200 apart, so this could still be okay. This could still go fine. It is true, they are... Very few of them are actually sort of bothering to go after that. They're still in sort of Angie mode. So none of them are actually harvesting that leaf. Which I am perfectly fine with. Because I can still take all of this one. Is there any other major leaves nearby? A lot of small ones over here. And there's one big one. Maybe let's send one of the groups over to that since this one's about to get completely taken. Hey, you're right, we have. We might do this because, like you say, they're not bothering. Because we pissed... Oh, now they're going to. So this is the point where we start bullying them again. They sent their warriors away. Well, actually, no. They still aren't actually harvesting.
The ants will fight to the death.
They still are not harvesting that. Oh, you know what? Whatever. Let's do it. We've chased them off again. keep those ones to go up to there. But the big ones deal with the big plant on the front line. Just in case they decide to go after us again. But we're 500 ahead now, so we should... Unless something royally fucks up, we should be fine. Get a few upgrades in because we have got a lot of spare leaves. Going to leave a bunch of it free just in case they do attack and we need to replenish quickly. But I think, touch wood, we've got this one. Yeah, they've just completely given up. They've sent everyone back.
The ants will fight to the death.
Luckily, we have Giga Chads in the line. Yeah, the challenge mode on this one's a real tough one. Because it adds in, the challenge is parasitic wasp larvae, or parasitic fly larvae on the leaves. And so if you go to an infested leaf by accident, the larvae gets on your, gets on one of your ants, burrows in, and eats them.
The hillside atta colony is falling behind. With their demise at hand, they have no choice but to strike back at their opponent.
Quick, everyone, get back. They are just sending... Actually, no, they're not sending that many people at us. People. Ants.
The battle has begun.
Come on, we only need 100 left. Just go for that. It's close. I could for one last time just be really, really cruel and just bully this line. But no, I think we've already won. We need 75 more, 60 more, and we've got all of this coming in. And they literally barely have to walk to get back to the leaf store, which is right inside. And there we go, we won for once.
The ants have subdued their rivals and achieved dominion over the clearing.
Finally!
As the competition withers, they will extend their territory in all directions, firmly establishing their agricultural empire. One day this colony will number in the millions.
And that is vaguely terrifying when you think of the numbers involved. Take the food. We've pretty much got all the royal jelly we're ever going to need. At least for now. Extra territory, not that useful. But the extra food means more workers. More workers means we can actually attempt the Formicarium challenge.
Is it feeding time already?
Yes, our
food.
queen is insatiable.
Right, I had got that prepared, ready to go. Because now it's time for the beefy boys to go in.
The Eruptor workers have raised the first Atacephalotus ant.
Very good. I look forward to seeing how they integrate into the Ereptor hierarchy.
Hierarchy is the bigger your chin, the more power you have. Hopefully we'll be have enough to upgrade these at least one level, if not both levels. Still have quite a lot out there. Oh, we still don't quite have fully upgraded ranged ones. Which I do want, because that means they're going to have the splash damage. Here's the splash damage that it was. Which ones are we? It's Wood Ants. We've got them corrosive, so they do extra damage every half a second. They also weaken the targets, and considering, you know, they're good. So let's see, increased damage, increased area damage, increased health. And yeah, gains area damage at level 3. And the fact that we have 2 entire sets of them should mean we can do some pretty nasty damage. Have we? Yep, we've used up all of the stuff now, so I'm going to leave the rest of it. So we've actually got a bunch of it in reserve. Just so if we do end up having them die... Unprepared colony will not survive the next experiment. Make sure we're stocked. We are relatively well stocked. We have a good number of ants. Let's give it a fucking go.
I'm afraid we ran out of time. It doesn't matter if the nest isn't perfect. Run the experiment, then clear out the specimens and bleach the equipment.
Yes, I know. I'm doing it.
And when you are finished here, I think we should have a word about your conduct around the laboratory.
I think we should have a word about your conduct around the laboratory.
What was that?
Nothing.
I fucking love scientists too.
Good. Let me know when you have a result.
About the office.
This is it. The winner will have the privilege of joining me for the ultimate test, the real final experiment. The loser will be relegated to the waste disposal.
Right,
The
and if I
former
remember
carrions are
right,
connected. Let the war commence!
we want to make sure we stay in the tunnel as best as possible, because that protects us from the man's finger.
I wonder which colony will strike first.
I think what I will do as well is I'll try and be a tiny bit tactical. Big beefy mages up the front. You and your hand. Get your hand away. Oh, we actually do have to defeat the enemy queen on this, so let's just say, fuck it. Mortars incoming.
The Ereptors finally meet. Interesting combinations. I wonder which is more effective. Our Ereptors are beating back their counterparts. Victory seems within their grasp. But what's this? Could it be the almighty hand of God?
Yep, there we go. He's being a bastard. He just crushed pretty much all of our colony. Because he's a bastard.
Most of our Ereptors are fighting very far from their nest. I wonder, what would happen if their queen was threatened? Yes, these mole crickets should reveal the relevant behaviors.
Right, I think the queen is fine now. Everyone back. Everyone back. You know what? Fuck it. At this point, I'm just going to dump them all into the same grouping. Because we're out in the open and we're clumped up, and I hate that fact. We need to go further forward as quickly as we can. Get that protection from the hand.
The great battle has disturbed the praying mantis.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Scientist 2. Go on, hurt the queen, I dare you.
Be careful, my queen. I'm not finished with you yet.
Just watch what happens when you hurt the queen. Oh, never mind then. In that case, I'm just going to run everyone forward. Soon. There we go. Everyone fucking respawns.
You wouldn't want to be caught by the finger of death.
Where is their queen? Their queen is there. Go for it.
Excellent progress, my Ereptus. Strike at your nemesis. There can be only one.
Of course, they also have that ability. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, I think we may need to redo this with even more more workers, etc. in the future, because that was quite a large number of them. So depending on how well this goes, I mean, the mortars are really doing work. The area damage is really doing something. Oh, come on. Can we do it? Can we do it? Plus, we still have a giant line of green coming towards us.
Get her, yes.
And she's already used her ability, so that's got like a 10-minute cooldown. We win. We win.
Perfect. I knew my Ereptus would prevail. Now we can prepare for the real.
Have you finished yet?
Yes, our Ereptus have dominated the Phobacarium.
Wonderful. I expect a full report by the end of the week. For now, you can start by clearing away. Make sure anything contaminated with that jelly goes straight to the incinerator.
Yes, very good.
Here with the extra food again. Replenish what we just lost.
Jelly to the incinerator. The jelly is for my ants, and no one is going to take it away from you.
Food. Luckily, just before we won, they dropped a bunch of seed in there for Macarium too, so we're gonna steal it. Num 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 seeds. Don't ask me how the leafcutter ants are surviving though, because there's no leaves to grow the fungus that they feed on. So I'm not quite sure about that one, but yeah. So we've grabbed all of that. Is there anything we can do in their nest? Can we like feast on their queen? Like everything else tries to feast on us. Wow, I guess that we can't get in there. Guess they've locked it off to us now that we won. Got 2 pages of like weird things we can just add in now as well. So we could just add in, just for the fun of it, a whip spider. I think this means we're going to have to extend the food stores as well. We're pretty much maxed out. And it's not like we don't have the food to do it. You mean you missed you missed the challenge where we went in and murdered their queen? Oh. You missed Scientist 2 squashing us with the finger of God. We're currently cleaning up the spoils. Yeah, the challenge that we just did for Macarium 3 was our Formicarium got connected to another Formicarium and we had to battle. While Scientist 2 was also trying to sabotage us by dropping in praying mantises and mole crickets into our nest. And also poking us to try and just squish it, just to squish us. I mean, it's one way to get evolution to work, I suppose. Yeah, so, actually, I'm not. Is it much point doing this? Thinking about it, because if we're gonna have to rehouse now, awarded by the amount of jelly based on colony size, construction, stored resources. So yeah, even after all that, I think we're gonna lose everyone. We are. Again, rehouse the colony.
Short-sighted, simple, churlish fools. They don't understand. None of them understand. The experiment must proceed. There isn't much time. Quickly, my raptors. Into the terrarium. You'll be safe here.
And 600 royal jelly. Hopefully strawberry
Is
flavour.
it done?
Yes, yes. Look. Gone.
I see. Well, good. It's about time. Anyway, I'm going to need you to make yourself available this afternoon. Apparently a large...
In new terrarium, next experiment, all territory construction food has been lost, but we've been awarded
about
jelly.
proper checkout procedures. You wouldn't happen to know anything about it, would you?
What? No. What would I want with unrefined jelly?
Well, quite.
What would I want, indeed?
Oh, Scientist 2, I fucking love you. But we're going to have to go for the next things because we can't even dig anything at the moment. So let's... This is the point where I never played before. The last time I got to this point, the fire ants were not a thing. So let's see. Pervasive. Ants become free to hatch if the egg has been on the tile for a short period of time before hatching. Level 3 tile can support 2 ants. So that's good. That's going to be a... If one of them dies, another one's going to instantly hatch for free. So we don't need as much food stored. So that's a good one. And the other one is Vigorous. Upon hatching, ants briefly receive a damage bonus for speed and the resistance buff. Which I suppose might be good if we're being attacked. But I think in the long run, Pervasive probably is going to work better for us. Because the whole thing with fire ants is just sheer quantity. So let's see what we have.
This Solenopsis invicta fire ant queen has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but the fire ants are well known for their ability to adapt. Competition for food will be fierce. She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators.
would be... I think that would be our 3x3. Worker brood. And of course, as always, dig out a big chunk here, right near the front, for our food stores. But yeah, it's also really weird. Just seeing how tiny the Fire Queen, the Fire Ant Queen is. Because all the other ones we've had, they've been massive. But Fire Ants are tiny. And it's weird. The food stores are not full. Oh my god, they are full already. Jeez. Okay, never mind. Don't really want to go outside yet. I do want to see what we've got in here with us.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. The ants have uncovered a group of hungry checkered beetle larvae. The soft grubs may look defenseless, but they have big
Wow, those
jaws
are
and
actually quite
appetites to
chunky.
match.
Those are quite chunky. Okay, so now that we know what's there, and that's in the one that was the least dangerous. That was the one that had just 2 exclamations in there. All the other ones have got more, so therefore...
This Solenopsis invicta fire
Gonna be
ant queen
harder.
has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but
Yes,
the
I know, 'cause
fire
there's a
ants are
load
well
of food
known
back
for
here
their
as well.
ability to adapt.
So being able to
Competition
get
for
past
food
here
will
would be
fierce.
brilliant.
She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are not going to be able to get through there. Unless it's really lucky and there's just a single wall. I doubt it, though. Because we'd still have to go through this, and that's 5 large exclamations. So that is definitely going to be difficult. Let's get some food tiles down. Down in large storage. Yeah, they're just really small. Food has been gathered. "11 workers seems good enough. Let's see what the outside situation looks like. Oh, there's another. Oh, Jesus.
The colony lies in the shadow of a great titan to the north, an American bullfrog. This
We're gonna
large
eat this boy.
female has found the perfect spot to feed. Sheltered by foliage and in the path of many wandering insects and smaller amphibians, she has no reason to move on. Eventually she will need to be displaced, but for now, the fire ants have more pressing business to attend to.
I think a fucking frog. Oh wait, no, that is not our colony. Here's our colony. And we're fire ants, so we
The
are.
boggy soil
We
surrounding
don't want to
the
be
nest
attacking
is
stuff, aren't
lacking
we?
in nitrogen and phosphorus, nutrients vital for plants to photosynthesize and grow. To survive in this environment, some have evolved to supplement their mineral diet by trapping and dissolving invertebrate prey.
Yep, we've got the Venus flytraps.
A magnolia green jumping spider, Lysoman viridis, has ambushed a fire ant.
Damn.
It prefers to hunt on foliage, where it is less likely to be spotted by predators and prey alike. Out on the ground, it's more vulnerable, but that won't stop it from snacking on lone ants far from the safety of the nest.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
What there is, though, is a spider that I want to finish eating. Yeah, I think this is a good thing that we took pervasive, because it means we don't need to actually get food to get these new ones. Big-headed ant soldiers will hold their own but don't pose too much of a threat. However, colony feels threatened, they begin producing more dangerous casts.
A small colony of Phaedolae maurici big-headed ants have established themselves on a hill to the west. Scavenging for seeds, aphids, and dead insects, they are unlikely to pose a threat to the Invicta colony, if left undisturbed.
I'll leave them undisturbed for now. Don't you worry about that. But I am going to eat them. I am going to eat every single one of them. Right, so it was when the eggs have been there for so long, that's when they just auto-hatch. We want to go for... Oh no, don't tell me. Oh, it's gone all the way up here. Behind other ones. Damn it. Yeah, for now we're going to have to live off these seeds, I think. These new got a slightly bigger grouping. Ooh!
Many of the milkweed plants growing nearby are infested with aphids. Their honeydew excretions present an ideal, energy-rich food source for the fire ants. Aphids far from the nest are vulnerable, however, and are sometimes relocated closer to home, where they can be better protected from predators and thieves.
That is interesting to know. Does that mean we have to go hunting for extra aphids? Also, we've got some pitcher plants. Aphid relocation is enabled for a pheromone group. Ants that find aphids on remote milkweed plants will collect them and deposit them on the nearest plant near the nest entrance. Oh, now that is new. That is a new one we have not had before. If it's disabled, they will just harvest the honeydew. I love that we've got a button for enable enemy mounting. Now theoretically, oh, we have got they're going after the aphids here as well. If plants provide food, there's very high probability that ants tried together it will fall in and get digested. Unless they're cheap to replace it, may be wise to disable gathering
The
of
ants
this.
have been attracted to secretions of nectar produced by a yellow pitcher plant. In order to feed, however, the ants must position themselves precariously over a deep vat of digestive liquid. Waxy deposits on the rim ensure that any ant that steps too far in won't be stepping out again.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
I think at least one of them. Where was it? Yeah, one of them just managed to find another aphid to add on there. Because we've got 4 instead of 3 now, so that's good. I just lost like most of our things because of me thinking that fire ants could actually go into pitcher plants without worry. Which is stupid to think of, yes, I know, but still. It was a risk I was willing to take. Hey, Mano, welcome in. Let's see if we can get down here and steal these other aphids. Because there's no food there, so they're just going to piss off. So if we can rush in and just steal their aphids. Oh, and we've got a new tiger beetle.
A 6-spotted tiger beetle, Cichindala sexcutata, is on the move near the nest. Its metallic green elytra make it unmistakable, and like its other tiger beetle cousins, long legs give it the speed to chase down small arthropods with ease.
Are you serious? Did they just go the stupid direction? They did. They just went the fucking stupid direction.
As the sun sets, the local amphibians begin to emerge from...
Right, I'm just going to fucking restart this one. Yes, it is basically an ant RTS.
This Solenopsis invicta fire ant queen has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but the fire ants are well known for their ability to adapt. Competition for food will be fierce. She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators.
And now that we have a bit more of an idea about what the fire ant mechanics are, we'll try that again. And not send everyone into the pitcher plant for a start. Food is being collected. Yeah, essentially, anti-RTS, we have a queen. We place down places where we want our different sort of ant casts to be. We've got, as fire ants, we've got the workers, and we've got just generic large fire ants. Depending on the species we're playing as, and there's different mechanics. In this case, as you've just seen, there's not a lot of food around, but we have the option of collecting aphids from other milkweeds, bring them closer. Yet today's goal is kill a fucking giant frog. Bearing in mind how small we are,
The colony lies
and
in
how
the
big
shadow
Frog
of a
is.
great titan to the north, an American bullfrog. This large female has found the perfect spot to feed, sheltered by foliage and in the path
I'm
of
gonna
many
eat your
wandering
eyes.
insects and smaller amphibians. She has no reason to move on. Eventually she will need to be displaced, but for now, the fire ants have more pressing business to attend to.
Right, so yeah, starting off, we're not going to go straight for the spider. As much as I wanted to be the extremely aggressive fire ant, we need to have a little
Many
bit
of the
of calm
milkweed plants
first.
growing nearby are infested with aphids. Their honeydew excretions present an ideal, energy-rich food source for the fire ants. Aphids far from the nest are vulnerable, however, and are sometimes relocated closer to home where they can be better protected from predators and thieves.
Can I? Care.
The
I'm
boggy
gonna.
soil surrounding the nest is lacking in nitrogen and phosphorus, nutrients vital for plants
Wonderful.
to photosynthesize and grow. To survive
Ooh,
in this
ooh,
environment,
ooh.
some have evolved
Come
to
on,
supplement their
come
mineral
on.
diet by trapping
Yes.
and dissolving invertebrate prey.
I think we've managed to secure 2 extra aphids.
A 6-spotted tiger beetle.
Also,
Cicindula sexcutata,
don't think I
is
don't
on the
fucking
move
see
near the
you
nest.
hanging there.
Its metallic green elytra make it unmistakable, and like its other tiger beetle cousins, long legs give it the speed to chase down small arthropods with ease.
Yeah, we need to stick around, go after the seeds, ignore the pitcher plants, try and get aphids where we can. Also, attempt to swarm things, if possible. I mean, I would like to get these other 3. But with these beetles roaming around down there, it's going to be a tough attempt.
A small colony of Phaedulae maurici big-headed ants have established themselves on a hill to the west. Scavenging for seeds, aphids, and dead insects, they are unlikely to pose a threat to the Invicta colony, if left undisturbed.
This game is basically what if Ants Canada's Ant Room was just an RTS. Because he's got every single one of these. He's got fire ants. He did have big head, the big head ants at one point, I think. He had trap jaws, I think. He's had leaf cutters at one point. No, he had leaf cutter termites. That was the one recent one I saw. Because regular leaf cutter ants are not native to his country, so he does not want to import them. Ooh, yes, you just go up there, Spider. I'm gonna make a rush at those aphids. Because even if we lose a couple, getting the extra aphids will be worth it in the long run because it will get us more food quicker. Also, it will deny them some food down there as well. Don't go to the pitcher plant. Go to those seeds. Oh, Spider has seen us. Everyone back.
A magnolia green jumping spider, Lysoman viridis, has ambushed a fire ant. It prefers to hunt on foliage, where it is less likely to be spotted by predators and prey alike. Out on the ground, it's more vulnerable,
Oh, yeah, we're up
but
to
that
8 of
won't
them now.
stop it from snacking on lone ants far from the safety of the nest.
So the next one we can try and gather from is up over... No, that's pitcher plants. Oh, the milkweed is behind it, so we'd have to turn off gathering for food. And just send them in specifically to gather the aphids. We're also going to start soon having enough to have a decent sized force to take on some of these insects and just eat them instead. And how the
colony is
tables will
starving.
turn.
There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
You know what? Charge.
The battle has begun.
Okay. Poor idea. 19 is not big enough of a swarm, apparently, to take down a single beetle. We do need to keep an eye out because they are getting hurt by other things. Oh, and actually got stuff nearby them as well to take. That's unfair. Do we have anything else edible around us? Other than the things that want to eat us first? That's a no. Too many things that direction to try stealing the aphids from. They're already seeing a massive group up there, so that's a bit too risky. We are going to have to take a risk on something, because if we don't, then we're just not going to... We're not going to be getting anything. We'll simply have no food. That's what I'm thinking, but we do still need a little bit of food to help us get there.
The ants must defend themselves.
I mean, what would be really good is if we can get at least a couple of them upgraded as well. Bearing in mind as well, at this point, we are still working on basic workers. So let's make ourselves a area for our next ones up, which are 40 to place. So a bit pricier. But these are going to be our proper workers, our warriors, the ones that can go and eat stuff.
The water's edge. Lone invertebrates will be picked off quickly. The ants should travel in numbers or not at all.
As well, we also have these things that are inside. So if our ant soldiers bite opponents causing physical damage, Periodically also use Stinger, which deals a higher venom. Most damage is from the Stinger. Oh, and that's just the jumping spider again. Well, let's go for that. We're not going to collect food. We are not collecting food.
Beetle, Brachinus alternans, is hunting for insects outside the nest. It may seem unwise for it to wander so freely amongst the large amphibians that share the swamp at night.
Oh, Jesus
but they would
Christ.
do well to leave it alone. This beetle is a master of chemical warfare.
That's...
A wasp-mantid fly, Climachala
Yeah,
lunea,
it's
has
one of
descended
those.
from her perch into the path of the ants. Unrelated to true mantids, her spiked raptorial forelegs are a perfect example of convergent evolution.
I didn't notice you there because you're fucking camouflage looking similar to the fucking flowers. Oh, you sneaky little fuck. Right, toad arrival. I'm assuming this means we're going to want to be inside for this. We have we have a toad alert. Hey, wow, welcome in. Right, how bad is this toad going to be? Oh!
At night, eastern narrow-mouthed toads patrol above ground looking for food. Ants make up 75% of their diet, so the small colony must stay alert. To make matters worse, they are excellent diggers.
I've noticed.
It's only a matter of time before one tunnels its way into the nest.
And we've got another one up there, okay. Another one here. This one is going to get close. On the bright side, I wonder if that means we can... If they dig in, it means they're going to give us more place to actually sort of colonize underground. Because currently we can't dig this because it's too hard for us. And I wonder if they'll actually attack the other things that are in here. Yeah, and we've got one coming from there as well. Well, you're just having a great time, aren't you? Just round in circles. I'm really hoping that whatever is in there will actually also attack them.
A narrow-mouthed toad has burrowed into the nest. It may be small for a toad, but its appetite for ants is insatiable. Secretions from
Okay,
its
how
skin
the hell
burn
are we- how
any
the
that
hell are we
manage
meant to do
escape
this?
Its projectile tongue.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
This is going to be a tough one. Because if on the first night this is what we're going to get...
The ants must protect the queen.
Well, yeah, the queen is just going to die now.
The queen has fallen, unable to amass.
Oh,
adequate
I've
numbers
had it
to
for
meet the
ages.
perils
I
of
love the
swamp.
game.
Her passing was almost inevitable. She should never have come here.
But it's one of those games that, because obviously they keep getting updates, the last I played, the leaf cutters were the last ones. And so the past few streams of this, it's been getting us back to this point. Yeah, it's the toad and the larvae fucking team. That's the... It's what we've mentioned before, Rev, how there's no different enemy teams. That's one of the biggest problems with this. Yeah, we had the same thing with the whip spider, where the whip spider wouldn't eat the other ants. but it would eat us. What I was really hoping was that they would burrow in, eat whatever was there first, and then come to us. But apparently, that is not going to be happening. So let's have a quick look at. I mean, we don't really, doing this isn't going to make much difference anyway, because this I think only affects the Formicarium. Yeah, that's the problem. The enemies aren't worth much food. It's trying to get the aphids. And obviously, the first time we played, fell foul to the pitcher plants, which obviously not a good idea. That was just a silly mistake. Yeah, I know better physically. In the real world, I don't know why I thought that just sending them off willy-nilly would be fine. That run, we were doing better until I went to get some other larvae and I didn't notice the mantis fly. At which point the mantis fly basically ate everyone. Granted, it was also on hard mode. Pervasive did seem to work best for us. Oh, so it is one of the ones where we have to be aggressive in stealing the stuff. Okay, yeah. I figured it was going to be. That's why I went straight into getting a couple of them straight away.
Has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but the fire ants are well known for their ability to adapt. Competition for food will be fierce. She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators.
Yeah, Morley, don't say. Definitely need to be quicker. Oh, okay. I thought it was for everyone. So is it just the main broods? Ah, okay. So it's probably going to be a good idea not to go for a full room of workers straight away and to actually get a few extra soldiers in. They should get a small set in for now. Well, it's similar to the one we just did with the leaf cutters, wasn't it, Rev? The first couple of times we tried, we went and just spammed out cheap units quickly to gather as much as we could, but then that failed horribly. So let's dig our way out. But yeah, we did manage to do it. And at some point off stream, I am gonna go through it and do it properly.
Of a great titan to the north, an American bullfrog. This large female has found the perfect spot to feed, sheltered by foliage and in the path of many wandering insects and smaller amphibians. She has no reason to move on. Eventually, she will need to be displaced, but for now, the fire ants have more pressing business to attend to.
Go grab these 5 quickly, because these are the closest ones.
Many of the milkweed plants growing nearby
the mantis is still up there, so let's not go to that one.
Present an ideal energy-rich food
until we've got enough
source
to
for the
beat her
fire
up.
ants. Aphids far from the nest are vulnerable, however, and are sometimes relocated closer to home, where they can be better protected from predators and thieves. The boggy soil surrounding the nest is lacking in nitrogen and phosphorus, nutrients vital for plants to photosynthesize and grow. To survive in this environment, some have evolved to supplement their mineral diet by trapping and dissolving invertebrate prey.
So we mentioned that there's one over here. Where over here was
A
that?
six-spotted tiger beetle, Cichindala sexcutata, is on the move near the nest. Its metallic green elytra make it unmistakable, and like its other tiger beetle cousins, long legs give it the
There
speed
it
to
is.
chase down small arthropods with ease.
Ooh. No, I am gonna risk it. I am gonna risk it. Because those are just... I'm going to turn off combat, though. I do not want to fight the big head ants.
The ants have been attracted to secretions of nectar produced
Oh,
by a
screw
yellow
you.
pitcher plant.
No, they haven't.
In order to feed, however, the ants must position themselves precariously over a deep vat of digestive liquid. Waxy deposits on the rim ensure that any ant that steps too far in won't be stepping out again.
I've been trying to go through them all on hard so far. There's only been a couple that have stumped
A
us
small
enough.
colony of Phaedulae mauritii
To drop down to
big-headed
medium.
ants have established themselves on a hill to the west. Scavenging for seeds, aphids, and dead insects, they are unlikely to pose a threat to the Invicta colony, if left undisturbed.
And there have been... I've done a couple of them on the Insane with
The fire
challenge,
ants
but
and
those have
big-headed
been...
ants have met in their
off.
first skirmish.
Those have been off stream.
Sensing the new danger, the Mauritii colony responds by awakening ancestral super soldier genes in selected brood, feeding them until their heads are engorged with muscle.
Fucking super soldier genes. Oh, we got
The
Captain
big-headed
America
ants
and...
now have a super soldier caste to justify their name. At huge economic cost to the colony, these frenzied champions have been raised for one purpose: to crush the fire ants.
Don't worry, I didn't actually want it. I just wanted to steal some of. I didn't get all of them, but I have managed to take some of them. That's what the important thing was. Yeah, I've got the first two levels I've got on Insane with the challenge done. And I did try the Soldier Ant one on Insane Challenge, which I almost did, and then failed right near the end. But I want to do that again off stream, because that was a good challenge, that one was. Yes, I do have gathering off, because I'm an idiot. Thank you, Rev. Because I turned it off so they would ignore the picture plant and turned combat off so they would ignore fighting the... Didn't actually matter because they still fought even though I told them not to. Yeah, I like the ones that make you have to be a bit aggressive on, but at the same time, I also really like the slave maker ant, the level 1.2, because the whole way to win that is don't open your nest. Don't open your nest and you win, because they only start attacking you when you've killed the first spider. And so you have to spend your entire time getting as much food as possible without attacking any of the spiders. Which is really hard, but really fun. It turns it into a puzzle game more than an RTS. Right, let's move back a little bit. Oh yeah, I mean, I think I picked this up, I think, a good couple of years ago.
The ants must defend themselves.
From what? What are we being attacked by? Oh, is things coming to try and steal our aphids? Yeah, they're coming to try and eat our aphids. Be gone.
A raiding party of big-headed ants are stealing aphids. They must be stopped.
Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. As interesting as this level is, it does have a lot of trial and error involved in it. Oh, okay, so there you go, Rev. There's one of the things you wanted to know about. They have built in the pontoons as a gameplay mechanic. Yeah, they're definitely it is definitely going to be a hard. If we fail on this one, then I will drop it there, drop it down to medium.
As the sun sets, the local amphibians begin to emerge.
Yeah, we're going to have to redo it. And oh, hang on, wait, I can't just do restart because that just restarts it on the same difficulty. I've got to go back to the former Carium and come back. Yeah, if we haven't got a decent sort of swarm of soldiers by the night time, then we're just not going to win. Obviously, as soon as those toads come in, the little workers couldn't do anything to them. They just were not killing them quick enough.
This Solenopsis invicta fire ant queen has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but the fire ants are well known for their ability to adapt. Competition for food will be fierce. She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators.
And also, I'm thinking we're going to want the soldiers quickly so we can actually sort of take out some of these groupings. Because that, if it was just the frog on its own, we might have been okay. Might. But if one of them comes in and drags in all of the larvae like the last one did, then that's just going to be the end for us. So I'm thinking what we're going to want to do, get at least a few workers. Get that initial sort of 7 going. I might even steal some from from the Queen Chamber ones as well, and just send all 14 of them down to grab the aphids. There, I'll leave it at that.
The
For
colony
now.
lies in the shadow of a great titan to the north, an American bullfrog. This large female has found the perfect spot to feed.
Send those
Sheltered
ones
by
down there
foliage
really
and in the
quickly.
path of many wandering insects and smaller amphibians, she has no reason to move on.
Turn off.
Eventually, she will need to be displaced, but for now, the fire ants have more pressing business to attend to. Many of the milkweed plants growing nearby are infested with aphids. Their honeydew excretions present an ideal, energy-rich food source for the fire ants. Aphids far from the nest are vulnerable, however, and are sometimes relocated closer to home, where they can be better protected from predators.
Oh, you're taking the
and
dumb
thieves.
route again. Why must you do this to me,
A
ants?
six-spotted tiger beetle, Cicindela sexcutata, is on the move near the nest. Its metallic green elytra make it unmistakable, and like its other tiger beetle cousins, long legs give it the speed to chase down small arthropods with ease. The boggy soil surrounding the nest is lacking in nitrogen and phosphorus, nutrients vital for plants to photosynthesize and grow. To survive in this environment, some have evolved to supplement their mineral diet by trapping and dissolving invertebrate prey.
You're running. Oh, another
A
fucking
small
spider.
colony of Phaedulae maurici big-headed ants have established themselves
That's
on a
what's
hill
messing
to
us
the
up.
west.
That spider's just
Scavenging
not
for
moving.
Seeds, aphids, and dead insects, they are unlikely to pose a threat to the Invicta colony, if left undisturbed. The ants have been attracted to secretions of nectar produced by a yellow pitcher plant. In
No,
order
they
to feed,
haven't,
however,
'cause I
the
turned
ants
off
must position
food gathering for them
themselves
all.
precariously over a deep vat of digestive liquid. Waxy deposits on the rim ensure that any ant that steps too far in won't be stepping out again.
Hey, sheepy.
A magnolia green jumping spider, Lysoman viridis, has ambushed a fire ant. It prefers to hunt on foliage, where it is less likely to be spotted by
love you too,
predators
sheepy.
and prey alike. Out on the ground, it's more vulnerable, but that won't stop it from snacking on lone ants far from the safety of the nest.
Yeah, a couple more soldiers, but of course we need to actually bring some of these workers back because all the ones that we sent out from the Queen have all died. So we need someone to help replenish the stocks. If we run out of workers, we die. That was me being greedy and trying to get those extra aphids very quickly before the trap jaws came out. Which might have worked had that fucking soldier not been there. And that fucking spider been there.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
It's because I haven't sent everyone out to carry on collecting this. Big-headed ant, super soldier,
The
yeah.
big-headed ants now have a super soldier caste to justify their name. At huge economic cost to the colony, these frenzied champions have been raised for one purpose: to crush the fire ants.
Refrain from attacking until most tiles are glowing. And that's when they're free. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad it tells us that. There's still one aphid down there. I mean, they're starting to get food just scattered around, which I really want to go for, but it's going to be a little tough. Yeah, Mantis is still over there, so that's a no-go. Which even going down there
The
is
ants
going to be
will fight
difficult.
to the death.
Oh, and they've already started sending out the big heads. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be another restart. Going for that colony near the trapjaws, the aphids, straight away, was a mistake. Because that pissed off.
This Solenopsis invicta fire ant
trapjaws.
queen has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but the fire ants are well known for their ability to adapt. Competition for food will be fierce. She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators.
So go for the 7 workers first. Welcome back, Wa. Let's just go for that basic 7 first. And let's not open it up and trigger anything else yet until we've got all the food collected. I think I probably will at some point ask which of the aphids is good to go straight for. Obviously the ones just south of us are relatively easy to get hold of. As long as we can take the right path out of our nest so we can avoid the spiders and the beetles. But I'm just wondering which of the... Because one of them is guarded by a mantis fly, which isn't going to be easy to get. Yeah, we're going to need to have a decent amount of soldiers to kill that thing. Right, okay, now we've used up all the food. I mean, honestly, there is actually part of me wondering whether or not we can... If we wait for these to glow. Oh, the ones to the north. Okay, because the one I went to was to the west of our nest, which involved us walking past. The last time, unfortunately, there was a couple of spiders in the way when I tried. I'm wondering if before we open up and set everything else in motion, can we, with 6 sort of fighting brood, plus the 6 free ones. Yeah, that's the problem we just had in the last run. I managed to get a couple of them, but then they decided, okay, it's big head time, and they came after us, and we just didn't have the numbers to fight them. If we can get these to start glowing at some point, so they're free. And then we try going for this, because we know there's a couple of the beetle larvae things down here, which was bad before, but we didn't, at that point, we didn't have any of the proper soldiers. We just had a bunch of workers. So this is more for experimental sake than anything. We've not gone out and messed with aphids or anything yet. But if we can kill these, get the extra food, it will give us a little bit more of a head start.
There are intruders in the nest.
Oh yes.
The ants have uncovered a group of hungry
The soldiers
checkered
make so
beetle
much
larvae.
more
the
use.
soft grubs may look defenseless, but they have big jaws and appetites to match.
Okay, so that was an easy one to deal with. We could expand our guys a little bit from that. There's only 3 small ones in here, so we should be able to just completely
There are intruders in
rip
the nest.
through these. Because we had the extra free ones. That's more food.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Because this is going to give us a head start before we haven't even opened the nest yet. But if we can go out with almost a full thing of soldiers straight away. Right, so that's got 4 in there, that's got 4. And that's got 4. We can do 4. All I'm doing is I'm waiting for these to start glowing. We do have plenty of space for food. I mean, we're only using like 24 out of 170 for now. So that's not so much of a worry. We've got all of our workers and all of our soldiers. But the main thing I'm just waiting for now is for every tile to start glowing, because that means they're going to be free if one of them dies. So essentially, that would mean we double our soldier, the amount of soldiers we've got. So if one of them does die, instantly remade. And what I will do as well is I'll take the workers off this grouping, since we have to pay for the workers. Yeah, we actually have to spend food on them. Exactly. If we can expand and take these out, not only are we getting our stuff better, yeah, we're getting more food. We're also making it so we're going to be a little bit easier when it comes to dealing with the toads on the night. We can expand our work, our soldiers as we go. It's true they opening the change was fine, but the last time it got in here and it just walked through and just walked straight through. And so it didn't matter if we'd killed anything or not. It would have got us. So even if we do open this chamber, it's not going to stop it from attacking that much quicker. But it is going to mean that it doesn't have a bunch of teammates to fight alongside it. Which is what got us last time, because it came through up here. We only had workers. It opened on night 1. We had 4 toads turn up on night 1 because it was hard. I don't know if it's dependent on the difficulty, but on hard mode we had 1 in each corner on night 1. Needless to say, we didn't do well because we hadn't got all the soldiers. We only had workers, which can't fight for shit. When we saw the toad arrival thing, and we're like, oh, okay, it's going to be like the ones where we have hermit crabs invading from the front entrance. Brought everyone back, got everyone positioned, and then they just started digging in. But yet, only a couple of them just sort of circled around in their area, but this one, it went straight through. It didn't have long to burrow in. It came in, it just walked straight through, and before we had any chance, it had just won. Because like I say, we hadn't sort of planned for it. We didn't have any soldiers.
There are intruders in the nest.
And so naturally, we just died.
As the sun sets, the local amphibians begin to emerge from moist crevices near the water's edge. Lone invertebrates will be picked off quickly. The ants should travel in numbers or not at all.
Wonderful, we have an entire store of soldiers now. And an entire one of workers. I think now is the time when we can actually open the front entrance. Well, saying that, you know, I am just going to go in and get these as well.
Lies in the shadow of a great titan to the north, an American bullfrog. This large female has found the perfect spot to feed.
Oh, you've...
Sheltered
God damn
by
it,
foliage
you're right.
and in the path of many
That was dumb.
wandering insects and smaller amphibians, she has no reason to move on. Eventually, she will need to be displaced, but for now, the fire ants have more pressing business to attend to.
I thought we had way too much food for that. I was going to say.
A bombardier beetle, Brachinus alternans, is hunting for insects outside the nest. It may seem unwise for it to wander so freely amongst the large amphibians that share the swamp at night, but they would do well to leave it alone. This beetle is a master of chemical warfare. The boggy
now that we've
soil
got that
surrounding the nest is lacking in
charge.
nitrogen and phosphorus, nutrients vital for plants to photosynthesize and grow. To survive in this environment,
Amphibian attacks increase in intensity as time goes on. Work quickly and don't let down your guard. Victory may not be as simple as it
some have
seems.
evolved to supplement their mineral diet by trapping and dissolving invertebrate prey. At night, eastern narrow-mouthed toads patrol above ground looking for food. Ants make up 75% of their diet, so the small colony must stay alert. To make matters worse, they are excellent diggers. It's only a matter of time before one tunnels its way into the nest.
3 whole salamanders all in one go.
An ant has been devoured by Eurichea quadradicitata, a dwarf salamander. It is nimble, fast, and
Oh, on the bright
slender
side, we
enough
still
to
did
wiggle
take
through
all of
tight
them.
crevices in search of food.
We did take all the aphids
Many
anyway.
of the milkweed plants growing nearby are infested with aphids. Their honeydew excretions present an ideal, energy-rich food source for the fire ants. Aphids far from the nest are vulnerable, however, and are sometimes relocated closer
Seriously?
to home, where they can be better protected from predators and thieves.
He's just been eating the baby frogs. Oh, that's just cruel. It's a bombardier beetle. Don't
A
want to go
small
after
colony
that.
of Phaedolae maurici big-headed ants have established themselves on a hill to the west. Scavenging for seeds, aphids, and dead insects, they are unlikely to pose a threat to the Invicta colony, if left undisturbed.
Thank you for that.
The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
Well, that's not too bad food, considering. It's about what you get from the mole crickets as well. I mean, I really would like to get down here and get all of this stuff, because it just looks delicious. You're not attacking, that's fine. And you are also not attacking. Right, I'm gonna send you guys, considering you're the ones that can actually fight. Oh, then again, that is gonna be Trapjaws again. That's gonna get the Trapjaws angry. Though we do have a decent number of soldiers now, so we could possibly take out that mantis fly.
Dawn breaks, and the salamanders and toads retire to their damp alcoves to wait out the sun. Only the great bullfrog remains. She sits patiently on her throne, waiting for the next meal to wander by.
And I do need to be careful as well with this mantis, because it is going to be close to the pitcher plant. So I want to attract the thing, get it to come down here.
A magnolia green jumping spider, Lysoman viridis, has ambushed a fire ant. It prefers to hunt
Okay,
on
so we
foliage, where it is
mostly
less
killed
likely to be
it.
spotted by predators and prey alike. Out on the ground, it's more vulnerable, but that won't stop it from snacking on lone ants far from the safety of the nest.
If we can get in quick enough. Hopefully, it won't have healed.
A wasp mantid fly, Climachala brunea, has descended from her perch
Oh,
into the
so
path of the
close.
ants.
Oh,
Unrelated
that
to
was
true
horribly
mantids,
close.
Her spiked raptorial forelegs
Oh, I
are a
hate the
perfect
fact with that. If
example
it had
of
had like a
convergent
little bit more,
evolution.
we would have had that. I'm going to kill you. Even if it means we lose the level, I'm going to kill you. Because I want those aphids. Oh, on the bright side, we killed the spider. I didn't even think we were going to go for that.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
If we can get up here quick enough. Before it has a chance to regen all of its fucking health. Then now we can eat you. I want to turn on the food gathering for that until that's gone. Okay. Now we want to go in and get those. We've turned off food gathering for the group. So hopefully we have enough for a pontoon. Although it's looking like that's going to be a distinct no. No, that's a no. Everyone come back. Yeah, I was looking at this one over here, but and this is a shorter path as well. And then this one's also got a mantid down there as well, but hopefully we can get to there without that being a problem.
A fully developed checkered beetle, Enoclerus rosmarus, has been disturbed by the ants. It has the same ravenous appetite and slicing jaws as its juvenile counterpart. But now paired with thick armor plates, it represents a far greater danger to the colony.
Yeah, that should have enough for a pontoon across there. Oh, there's another fucking mantis there as well.
A six-spotted tiger beetle, Cichindala sexcutata, is on the move near the nest. Its metallic green elytra make it unmistakable, and like its other tiger beetle cousins, long legs give it the speed to chase down small arthropods with ease.
Gee, what kind of numbers have we got? Okay, we've got our full 19 back. I do want to make another room full of these at some point. Ooh, a couple of these are dead. We'll get some free food there.
The ants must fight.
It's one reason why I want to get them upgraded, because when we upgrade everything, we get to have 2 ants per tile as well. Which not only will just be good to have double the amount, but also double the amount of them that can respawn really quickly. So if all of them are glowing, it kind of quadruples the amount that we can get out of the same area. Magnolia green, mantis flies, yeah. Checkered beetle, tiger beetle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And for now as well, I'm just keeping the workers focused on the aphids. If the aphids at any point have got food, get the food. Right, so if we can just get a little bit, we can at least get a double there. We've also got a new room to work on as well. I think we've got enough. Okay, the big beetle might be a bit of a problem. The little beetle will be fine. The spider's not even standing a chance anymore with 19 soldiers. Is just, especially 19 soldiers with 7 of them being level 3. Not level 3, level 2. Sorry. Well, speaking of level 3, I will get at least one of them.
Even in small numbers, the fire ants are menacing, but in large numbers, they are virtually unstoppable.
Yeah, in large numbers, they're terrifying. They can't survive in my country, thank fuck. Right, big beetle gone. Oh, and there's another one. God damn. Yeah, I just need to. I'm just gonna need to start going on more of them. Kill stuff along the way. Harvest the corpses. And also try and make sure they're grouped up. Which is the hard part when they're also gathering. Right, charge. Oh, it's half midnight already. I didn't even look at the time.
The battle has begun.
And the battle has been won. I think I am actually going to need to increase the food storage now. I haven't actually bothered about it until now because we've only been sort of getting drip feed of food.
Once again, dusk sets in over the swamp. Soon, the sandy undergrowth will be teeming with salamanders, toads, and nocturnal beetles.
Can I get one more gather of this in before I need to get everyone to hide?
The ants have clashed with a bombardier beetle. Feeling threatened, the beetle mixes a cocktail of chemicals that react together, boil, and explode from a valve at the base of its abdomen.
Yep, it shits acid. Thank you, Mauler. I hate the fact that I can't just call him the narrator. Knowing who the guy is, I can't. I have to use his name. It just feels weird if I don't. Well, you know what? I'm actually gonna send. I'm gonna risk it. I send out a huge group with the workers as well. Turn food gathering off, just to be sure. Code arrival is happening soon, so we do need to make sure we get back quickly. Go, workers, go. Come on, come on. Oh, come on. You're shitting me. You can get across there. You are shitting me. Are we like... No, come on, go back, go back. We got another one coming in slow. Right, so that... Keep an eye on the nest.
By linking themselves
thank
together,
God.
the fire ants have formed a pontoon out of their own bodies. It stretches from their home territory to a previously unreachable island, giving them access to new sources of food.
That is true, but there's only one ant working at a time, which is not enough at the moment.
A narrow-mouthed toad has burrowed into the nest. It may be small for a toad, but its appetite for ants is insatiable. Secretions from its skin burn any that manage to escape its projectile tongue.
Ooh, narrowly missing the bombardier. Hello, Froggy.
There are intruders in the nest.
Ooh, we also have a lot of spare stuff now. Ooh, the other one came in too. Let's put gathering back on for them now that we're doing well. A second toad may have struck the nest, but a second hatchery of soldiers has been born. Which means we now definitely can get over there and get the remaining 6 aphids. But for now, let's just deal with the 9 that we've got. Next step as well, get these ones down here. Yep, that's the plan. At least go and feast off these aphids whilst I can. I'm still a little bit... Oh, you know what? Oh, actually saying that, we've got like a load of bombardier beetles right near us, so maybe that's not the wisest choice at the moment. Maybe.
For the swamp amphibians, the nighttime
that's
feast
okay.
is over. Toads give way to tiger
Yeah, and the mantid
beetles,
flies
and
to the
ant
south.
colonies step up their activities.
But we've got enough
If the
now, we should be
fire
able to
ants
just
are to
easily
stand
tear it
any
apart.
chance of establishing a long-lasting empire, they must grow quickly. There is no time to waste.
But now that we have the extras from that second hatchery, we will have enough to get across here and hopefully... There we go. Hopefully have enough to take all remaining 6. Yep, there we go. So we've taken the 6 aphids from there. Regroup back at the colony. And then we'll head south to the mantid fly
The
one.
ants must fight.
God, for a jumping spider, you're pretty crap at jumping, aren't you? I was going to eat you instead. You've never seen a jumping spider jump? Oh, hang on. They're coming over here now. Now, do you mind? These are my aphids.
The fire ants have encountered a tribe of Monomoria minimum black ants. These tiny little ants may seem feeble, but the Invicta colony would do well to treat them with caution. Although primarily scavengers, they are armed with powerful chemical secretions and have been known on occasion to invade fire ant nests.
I think the problem with that jumping spider, I think what it was, it went for one of the ants, but the ant was moving too quick for it. So it jumped at it, couldn't kill it straight away, walked after it, and every single time it got it within range, the ant had moved away, so it just kept on slowly creeping forward until it finally got here where all the rest of the ants turned up. So I also need to now be paying attention to that black ant colony, because they are going to start sending raids.
The ants must fight.
Yep, we win this time. You cannot win this time, Mantis Fly. More plunder has been gained. I am going to move our workers back to the green, because that's a lot of food that we can just keep on going for, and then we can move the workers out elsewhere. I mean, the soldiers can move elsewhere.
The neighboring Monomoria minimum colony has launched an attack on the fire ant nest.
Oh, have you now? What direction are you coming from? Oh my god, they're sending 3 whole ants
The
after
ants
us.
must defend themselves.
Whatever will we do? I think for now, probably best to just go back to finishing off the pine cone. Let's finish off this grouping. Build our caps. Our speed tile caps in. So we can make sure we can upgrade everyone. We'll focus on getting this one upgraded first to level 3. Red velvet ants.
A wingless parasitic wasp, Dasimutilla occidentalis, more commonly known as the red velvet ant, has wandered into Invicta territory. Although not on the hunt for fire ants, it will defend itself if threatened. Armed with an extremely powerful sting and displaying bright warning stripes, most creatures give it a wide berth.
Oh, come on, you're telling me you can't kill that beetle? You call yourself fire ants? Thank you. Right, okay, and then we can go back up. Or not, we'll just sit here and just eat the other ants. Oh, they're actually sending a fair swarm at us this time. Oh, that's a big one.
The ants have set upon a green lynx spider, Puccetia viridans. She prefers to hunt on pitcher plants, but out in the open, she loses her advantage. Far from defenseless, however, when threatened she can spit venom up to 30 centimeters from her fangs.
I was really hoping you were going to say from her face. Oh, come on, don't let us almost kill it and then let it get the fuck away. That's just cruel. Ooh, we can get another couple of ants.
Night approaches, and the predators of the day give way to their nocturnal counterparts. As they encroach on colony territory, battles must be chosen wisely. Spread too thin, the fire ants could find themselves quickly overwhelmed.
Gonna do one quick rush for these aphids. Whilst everything has gone away. And then I'm going to send everyone back to the nest. Oh, damn
The
it.
battle has begun.
Never mind. We're going to need enough for the platoon, you know, for the pontoon, plus enough to kill that. Just kill the bombardier beetle. We can get at least... Oh, we can get another one after this as well. Everyone, get yourself back. We have a total rival in 10 seconds. We do have a large enough number now that I wonder if we could actually start clearing out the rest of these caverns and go and take all of this food. Granted, doing that would risk. But then again, this one up here didn't care that there was already a tunnel open. It still dug its own one. Which is funny, but...
There are intruders in the nest.
Yep, you can walk all the way here. I don't mind. Oh, good, and you're going around, maybe. Oh, we're almost at a full hatchery worth of level 3s. We are still looking after our aphids. That's what I'm thinking. You need another cap one there to block off the empty space, because that way we can upgrade that one. So we've just got... Oh, and we've got that tile there as well. We do have a lot of soldiers. I mean, this one, it's going to be 2 smaller ones plus whatever the big one is. So this could be painful.
Staving off another night of attacks, the Invicta colony once again proves its strength. Despite this victory, there is yet one obstacle that stands in its way. Ever present, the bullfrog looms over the ants. The beast must be defeated.
Yeah, not a problem. Even the full size larvae can't. The full size beetle can't cope with us. What we can do with what we have left is complete the first set of level 3s. One to go. Everyone down this tunnel, down this tunnel.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Right, I'll go for this one. Grab the food that's there. I'll upgrade our last one there. Upgrade some food stores. And the next step is to start upgrading that one. Or possibly just start adding some more down.
The fire ants and big-headed ants have met in their first skirmish.
Oh.
Sensing the new danger, the Maurici colony responds by awakening ancestral super soldier genes in selected brood, feeding them until their heads are engorged with muscle.
I'm going to send them around this way as well.
The big-headed ants now have a super soldier caste to justify their name. At huge economic cost to the colony, these frenzied champions have been raised for one purpose: to crush the fire ants.
Did you say crush? 'Cause that's what I'm about to do. I mean, part of me is wondering, because we do have tab 2 and 3 here, which means we can go into their nests. So there is a part of me that's wondering if we could survive just like attacking one of their nests. Oh yeah, this time you're gonna die. Because we've got way more things. It's all because it will also stop them from attacking us. Which means we've got one less thing to worry about. Yeah, that... If I'd have realised that the big ants were going to actually just start attacking us without us actually provoking them, I would have gone for them. I would have gone for the little ants beforehand.
The neighboring Monomoria Minimum colony has launched an attack on the fire ant nest.
Yeah, let's see how well you do with that. Oh, also, I'm going to turn off gathering so they don't accidentally go after these picture plants. Why must you do this to me, beetles? Why must you get in the way of progress? Let's see. We are here. Where is Queen? That's just a gathering trail. Nothing to worry about yet. Yeah, you just fight. Now, have they really managed to overpower us with that many soldiers? Damn. They really did. That was unexpected. I was not expecting us to be able to take on that many. But that's fine. We will get them. Oh, okay. If that does make sense. If that's what I'll keep the regular ones above. I'll make
The ants must fight.
another group. Number 3 to defend here. Just in case they do. That's true, they probably have gone through a lot of their spawns, but still. Yeah, they are still going to be... They are still wanting to attack us. So we are actually going to want to have defenders here.
A raiding party of big-headed ants are stealing aphids. They must be stopped.
Oh, fine. If you want to be like that raiding party, then I'll just send everyone after you. Oh, you cheeky bastards. They're taking my aphids. Yeah, they've taken like half our aphids. Damn it, I listened to chat and went for the other food. Oh, so which one are you taking it to? You got 9 up on that one. Yeah, you're taking them over here. So I'm gonna be taking them back. But now, since we don't have any aphids really to deal with, I'm just going to send these guys down there. To collect all this food, because there's a fair bit down there. And we can go for that bit too.
As the sun sets, the local amphibians begin to emerge from moist crevices near the water's edge. Lone invertebrates will be picked off quickly. The ants should travel in numbers or not at all.
Let's fend off this party. Because they're still sending them down. Yeah, if we do end up failing this one, I think what might be a good idea, rather than doing the upgrades, is doing extra hatcheries and just going with sheer quantity more than anything. Oh my god, leave me alone already. It's nighttime. We have a toad arrival soon. We need to not be dealing with you. Oh, for fuck's sake, they're still sending people, even now. I think we're just going to have to just deal with losing the aphids.
There are intruders in the nest.
So let's now shift you all back.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Yep, everyone just head back. Hopefully, the fact that these things are going to be eaten how long does the combat buff last? That's what I want to know. Because it doesn't actually tell us how long that combat thing lasts. It just says when they are hatched, they get a bonus for time.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we've lost anyway. We just don't have any we just have no ants left. We had 5 toads come through in one go.
The queen has fallen. Unable to amass adequate numbers to meet the perils of the swamp, her passing was almost inevitable. She should never.
Yeah, we went from 2 attack to 5 of them attacking in one go. So, was not expecting that level of increase. I was expecting maybe 4, maybe 3, not a jump to 5. But I think next time, I'm not going to replay now because it's like 1 a.m. and I want to sleep. But next time, what I'll probably go with is rather than rushing the upgrade for the level 3s to get the 2 in one, for the 2 per tile, if we can at least get enough area. Oh, thanks for the follow, Bar. If we can at least get enough area to dig out the extra hatcheries, it might be worth, rather than doing the upgrade, making more hatcheries, because to get to level 3, we're going to have to we're going to be paying for 2 extra hatcheries worth of food to upgrade everyone to level 3 in a cell. So we could either go with getting the level 3s, which granted they would be stronger, and they would double up on the level 3. But if we just went with buying rank 1 on multiple hatcheries, we would spend the same amount of food for 3 tier 1 hatcheries as 1 tier 3 hatchery, but we would have 50% extra troops from the same amount of food. And then either we can go with the persistence, so that we just have a huge number, and then before we do the attack, wait for all of them to be glowing and just swarm. Or we can, like what I said, we could just this is the first time I've played the Fire Ants, so I've just been going with pervasives just because it seems the best way of doing it because of the cost, because of the free troops. It all depends how strong the combat boost is, because a lot of this we've just been running with the same ones over and over again. So the combat boost would have worn off long ago for most of them. But the persistence is giving us that bonus of fast reproduction. If some of them do die, we could just instantly respawn one, so we don't lose any strength. We can just instantly move on to the next task, carry on. At least we gained 2 whole territory for that loss, so we can dig 2 tiles. One, 2. Yay! Yes, I know we've gained access to Fire Ants. But I'm not going to actually do the upgrades yet until I've tried the other ones. I mean, you did come in, I think, after I think that was that the 3rd try or the 4th, Rev? The first one we just restarted on our own because we lost too many to the pitcher plants. The second, we lost too many to the mantid. I can't remember if we did another quick... No, we also lost one to the... Well, no, one of them we lost too many to either the mantid or the pitcher plants, which then made us die to the toad. Yeah. So that was either the 3rd or 4th attempt we had at it. And the first 2 were on hard. Possibly first 3, I don't know. My memory's terrible. So that wasn't the first proper attack. It was just like the first couple of them, it was just seeing how the Fire Ants work, seeing what brand new mechanic it had dumped into the level. Because obviously, these devs love doing it's a new level, therefore new mechanics. It's different to how you're normally used to playing. So not only new type of ant, but obviously we've got the pontoons are a new mechanic for the Fire Ants. The collecting aphids is a new one. Granted, yeah, we've had the aphids from the other beach level, but those were already just sitting there waiting for us. We just had to defend them. We didn't have to go collecting them. So that was a new mechanic. Plus also, this is the first one where we've had 2 separate sets of ants that just want us dead. Just because we're just really cute fire ants. And they're jealous. They're jealous that we're too spicy for them. But now that we've given it a couple of run-throughs and we know, thanks to your help as well, some of the little sort of like things to go for, like, you know, rushing to get the first couple of things of aphids done, going for that pine cone, which gave us a big boost early on, getting soldier ants first and foremost, just get enough workers to keep us running, and then just focus on soldiers, at least until we've got like 1 cell worth of 19 soldiers. Then do some workers, and then we just want to just keep piling on more and more soldiers. Because that way we can get the pontoons, we don't have to worry, which gives us more access to aphids. And yeah, it's just amassing that massive force. Yeah, I think if we'd had not only more of them, but also, because also the problem was as well that a lot of our units had been taken away by that Black Ant raid and by the Big Head raid. So we didn't have ready to pop fighters. So yes, we could have just spawned another 50 units right there and then if we hadn't just used them to defend the aphids. It probably, if we'd have just ignored it and let them take the aphids, we probably could have been okay. If we just said, okay, they've already taken 5, let them take it, the rest of them. We don't care. We're just going to bolster down in the nest, prepare, get ready. Don't lose any fighters. We could have possibly taken on the frogs, the toads, killed them all, and then gone and just taken our aphids back. Because with the 5 frogs dead, that would have been another, what, 150 food. We could have got some extra soldiers down. We could have gone through the rest of the nest, grabbed as much food as we could, and then when daytime turned up, we could have just gone back and swarmed them. Because by the time daytime would have turned up as well, we would have replenished our stock of eggs. So it would have worked, maybe. It's just the fact that we obviously, I was a bit too greedy in wanting to try keeping those aphids safe. Because obviously, unlike the other one, the beach level, where the aphids don't get taken, they get eaten. If you lose them, you're basically screwed. With this one, at least you can take them back. You know, the other ants aren't taking them to eat, they're taking them to farm like we are. So some useful things to know. And next time round, I think we could probably do it maybe 1-2 more runs, depending on trial and error in the next run. But I think for now, I'll start winding down the stream. Tomorrow, well, tonight technically because it is 1 AM for me. So later on today, it's Monday night. It's not a stream night, so there won't be a stream tonight. Tuesday, probably go back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now that I have managed to get the mods working properly on the SSD, so the load times will be fine. It just involved me doing it all manually and not using the Vortex installer for the mods. And then we'll alternate between this and Kingdom Come. until one of the games is done. So yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, Kingdom Come. Wednesday, Sunday, Ants. Monday, Friday, days off. Saturday, the usual cursed content with snails and the crew. But yeah, if you can't make it, that's fine. I love having people in. I mean, obviously, next stream, let's say it won't be Empire and Undergrowth. It will be Kingdom Come Deliverance. So it might not. It's a very different. It's a first-person medieval RPG game, so it's very different. But obviously, if you just want to pop in for these streams, for the Empire ones, that's perfectly fine as well. Next one of those will be Wednesday, like I say. But it's wonderful to have you in. Thanks for the follow earlier, and thanks for all your help trying to get through that level. I mean, the problem is that I'm the only person I know who's played this up until now. So, whilst Rev is trying hardest, Rev knows as much as me, and it's just should we try doing this? Should we try doing that? Well, that didn't work. Let's try a different one. But so yeah, having you in who's played it, knows what they're talking about, was very helpful. So thanks for that. It was much appreciated. But yep, I've been going for 3.25 hours, which I did not expect. So woof. Yep, take care. Let's see. Is there anyone around still who's online to raid? I think let's go and Tushi's still on. I haven't raided Tushi, and I've not really watched much of the content, but I know they're a good friend of Sheepa. They do be a good friend of Sheepa, so I'll send everyone that way. No, I didn't click on raid. You silly thing. Yeah, again, thank you for watching. It's been fun as always, and I'll see you next time. And say hi to Tushi for me. Bye-bye.
I love how I launched myself into bed. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop happy. Oh, shoot!